It's your favorite local magazine come to life on the radio. Area experts giving you tips and tricks on everything you need to know. It's Expert Insights. Now, here's your host, Deb Keating.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Expert Insights Show, brought to you by South Shore Connections. And every week, hopefully you've been listening on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. on WATD, we interview a local business owner. And we've been doing this for quite some time now, getting tremendous feedback on how much people appreciate learning about local businesses. Why? Because if you're shopping local, it's somewhat obvious. But there's also plenty of local business owners that are out there who own a service-based business, and sometimes they're new and we just don't know about them. And so I am very excited today to give you the pleasure of meeting a local business owner whom I have had the pleasure of having an opportunity to really get to know your program through your 90-minute meeting, and we'll get into that in a moment. But this morning, we are welcoming local business owner Laurie Seymour, who is a teacher of the EOS system. Welcome, Laurie.
Hi, Deb. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Happy to have you here. So for starters, tell everybody, what is EOS? Let's start there.
Okay, so EOS stands for the Entrepreneurial Operating System, and it's a set of very simple tools that you can use to help align all the human energy in your business.
So, keywords being, if you're a local business owner, or for that matter, you don't have to be local because you can live stream this show on 959watd.com. So, if you are a business owner, then your ears should be perking up because we're going to talk about how Laurie and the EOS system can help you in a number of ways. We're going to talk about helping with business breakthroughs. If you've reached your ceiling, how can we break through that ceiling? We're going to talk about scaling your business. We're going to talk about how, as a business owner, you take a vacation. That is an anomaly. I know when I take a vacation, there's a downpouring of problems before and after, right? So as a business owner, how do you take a vacation, and how do you get control of your business and your life? That is a lot that you cover, and that is amazing that you can do this for business owners really all across the country, right? Your franchise is all across the country.
Yep. Yeah, EOS Worldwide is worldwide, and we have implementers. There are close to 900 of us now throughout the world, of which I am one. And we really are all about helping first, helping business owners regain control of their business, helping visionaries really see their vision being driven down into the organization, ensuring that all of the people that they hire share their values, are driving in the same direction, are working towards a common goal over and over. And with the system, we can help you clarify that vision. We can help you drive accountability and discipline into your organization. And then really we help teach you how to operate well together as a healthy, functioning leadership team, because oftentimes in small businesses, it's hard to have healthy working relationships together.
Well, that certainly is a huge endeavor, I'm sure, that a lot of business owners have. And I know that there are a lot of people who wake up one day and they don't know what to do with their lives, and so they say, I think I'm going to be an executive coach. And they get like a crown and a little wand, and poof, you wake up and you're an executive coach. This is not you. This is not EOS.
No, it's not. It's not. Neither for me or for EOS. So EOS in and of itself was put together by a gentleman named Gino Wickman. And when Gino was 21, he became an entrepreneur. When he was 25, he took over his family business. He ran that business. He sold that business. And he really got focused on why 5% of entrepreneurs were just crushing it, but 95% of entrepreneurs were often struggling, hitting against the same barriers and blockades and challenges. So Gino really got very, very passionate and very knowledgeable about how to pull together simple tools that anyone can use to simply get a hold of and get control of their business. So he's spent his whole life doing that. And similarly to Gino, my journey, while not necessarily being a passionate person that's focused on tools, I've had my own business for 21 years. And I started with simply having a friend and a colleague call me and ask me to help solve a problem for them. And for the last 20 years, that's what I did. I helped the folks that I worked with, my clients, my friends, my colleagues, and business owners really solve their problems, whether it be individual problems within project teams, within leadership teams, and executive levels as well.
So it's interesting because, one of your questions was basically, how did you become an entrepreneur? And I always try to relate a little bit to my life because this is more like a talk show. In fact, those of you who are listening on the radio can't see my new little bright yellow cups. I'm trying to be like the Today Show, I guess, more like a talk show to help the listeners out there learn about local businesses and why they should support them. And I think especially when you own your own local business, there are so many challenges that I bet almost that you have to take a little bite of your own advice now and then. I mean, you own your own business locally here.
Yeah. So I consider myself an accidental entrepreneur. I never started out with the idea that I was going to own a business. It really was sort of a, hey, how did I find myself here? But I am a convert. I sing the song of freedom through small business all day long. It's one of the reasons why I decided to teach EOS. When I first found EOS in 2016, I was struggling. I had hit the ceiling. I'd made some bad hiring decisions. I was struggling to grow. I had just literally reached a throughput ceiling. I was reading all of the books. I was reading Scale. I found Traction, Gino's book, all the books. Traction made the most sense to my brain.
That's the name of the book.
That's the name of the book. And Gino's work made the most sense. So I started dabbling in it. Now, I needed to take a short break for a while, like 4 or 5 years, and spend time with my family. So I put my businesses on the back burner for a while. And when I did that, when I came back to EOS, what I found was, first of all, here's a system. I think I can really make my business grow. But in addition, a pilot friend of mine had just become what I now know is called an EOS implementer. And that's what we are called, those of us that teach the system. So when he became an implementer, I followed his journey for a year. And what I discovered in watching his journey is that this is something that works very naturally for me. It seemed to be the right fit for where my career had taken me, for where my journey with small business had taken me. And now being able to deploy EOS in my own businesses, being able to teach it to others so they could maybe avoid some of the mistakes I made early on, it just seemed like the right fit to me.
Well, and I want to just remind the audience we are here with Laurie Seymour, who is a local business owner, and she teaches the EOS system, the Entrepreneurial Operating System. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Okay. So you would think I would have that memorized because I went through a 90-minute meeting with you, which is an incredible way to learn about what the EOS system is, and we'll get to that. But again, as a reminder, not everybody can wake up and be an entrepreneur one day. And at the same time, if you're successful enough to do that and grow your company, sometimes you get stuck. And sometimes you're not only stuck as an entrepreneur, but you have possibly other layers of people that contribute to being stuck overall in your organization.
That's right.
And I feel like from what I've learned from you in this EOS meeting, that's what you do. You unstick people from their problems.
Yes.
On a higher level or a more detailed level, you help businesses break through the ceiling. You help them scale. You help them, as I said before, take some personal time. How do we do that as business owners? You help them get control of their business and their lives. And I know that you gave me the Traction book, which is not, your whole program is a program. It's not just the book. The book is just sort of the gift that you get at the end, right?
And there's a bunch of books that you can refer to, right? Like there's a whole library that support all the different key 6 core components of the EOS system that we focus on. So there's tons of information out there for those that really want to roll up their sleeves and do it themselves. It's all pretty much, you can buy the books, but the system itself, the tools are all free to download from EOS worldwide. So it's an incredible give first. You can go out and get them. The magic in using somebody that teaches it is it just accelerates your process. Oftentimes you struggle prioritizing. This is what my issue was. You struggle prioritizing your time as a business owner. Okay, I want to do something that's going to help structure me. It's going to make me better. But I have all these other things that are higher priority, right? So when you work with a coach, whether it be a coach that coaches you a system, whether it be whatever type of coach, a football coach, right? A golf coach, these coaches are made, they're here to help you be better, stronger, faster, quicker. And that's what I help you do with EOS. I help you get EOS implemented. I help you implement it quicker, better, faster.
And where can they learn about EOS? Website, your LinkedIn? Tell us how they would learn a little bit more besides staying tuned to the radio show that we're doing here today.
Well, so EOS has tons of free tools that you can go out and explore, and you can find me on the EOS website as well. You can just look up EOS Worldwide, Laurie Seymour, and it'll bring my profile right up. It's brief. EOS Worldwide itself, you can go through all the freely available tools. EOS even is recently launching what they call the EOS Academy, where they have free tools and messages that you can learn, or videos that you can review. And all of that you can just go look up on the web.
And then that website again?
It's eosworldwide.com.
And the reason, again, I want to go back to, again, the reason why I think your system is so incredible is exactly in the word system. Mm-hmm. A lot of people flounder and they eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They can pick a coach. They can read a book. But your system is proven across the world.
That's right.
And what type of a business would benefit from being coached by you, from learning the EOS system?
Yep. So what we call our target market are companies that are 10 to 250 people in size. That's what the system is really tuned for. But also, it can go smaller, solopreneurs. It can go larger, companies with thousands. What it depends on is the team that wants to implement EOS dedicated to following the system, right? If you are not open and honest, if you are not willing to be vulnerable, if you are not willing to really embrace your challenges, you're going to have a hard time with EOS, because EOS, the system itself, really pushes you. An implementer like myself will challenge you to make sure that you are asking all the right questions, that you're answering openly and honest, that you're truly digging down into the root of the challenge that you have buried in your business.
So I almost want to say it's like a therapist for your business, right? With a system that you can implement to fix it. That's what it feels like at the heart. I feel like people who own a business, their problems are to the ceiling and back, right? I mean,
totally.
But sometimes you can't get out of your own way.
Truth.
And that applies to me, you, and everybody else. So to have an outsider like you, an EOS teacher, facilitator,
yeah, we do that too,
to be able to coach you and your team through your challenges to help you get to the next level of your business.
That's right.
Is amazing. I mean, as somebody who meets with local business owners every week, I always ask, what's your biggest challenge?
Right.
And it could be lack of staffing. It could be, I'm so busy, I can't even answer the phone. There are so many different challenges that we face as business owners. But again, you guys are tried and true facilitators to help people uncover that so that they can bring their business to the next level.
Yep. We have, I believe the numbers are well over 30,000 companies running purely on EOS right now with an implementer. We have, I believe it's 275,000 full-day sessions with leadership teams, and we've sold millions of books. And so the thing that we know empirically through the data is we can see the acceleration in the business. We can see the gains in efficiency. We can see the gains in profit. We can see the gains in what we call EOS life, the ability for our owners to take 6 weeks vacation and not think about their business because they 100% know their leadership team has it. They've learned to let go and they've learned to trust.
Because they're following the system.
That's right.
It sounds that simple. So again, we are here with Laurie Seymour, who is the teacher and facilitator of the EOS system right here on the South Shore. And we are hoping that local business owners are perking up their ears, because when we come back from a break, we're going to learn some tips and tricks for local business owners that you definitely want to take note of. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more expert insights on WATD.
South Shore Connections is your go-to source for all the happenings in your town. When you want to know what's going on in your community, hear it straight from the people who know. With monthly messages from the schools, the library, the senior center, the rec department, and more, the Neighbors magazines and South Shore Connections keep you up to date on all the latest in town, focusing on positive, inspiring stories about residents and businesses in the Duxbury, Marshfield, and Norwell communities. If you're a local business owner, consider partnering with South Shore Connections. When you do, you gain access to an unmatched multi-platform network with print and digital, in-person networking groups featuring organizations across the South Shore, and our talk show, Expert Insights, airing on 95.9 WATD on Sunday mornings. Follow South Shore Connections on social media or visit our website, southshoreconnections.com, to learn how we connect local businesses to residents on the South Shore. To get your community magazine today, visit southshoreconnections.com.
Back to Expert Insights and your host, Deb Keating.
Welcome back to the Expert Insights Show, where every week we interview a local business owner every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. that you can listen to, of course, on your radio at 95.9 WATD FM. But you can also live stream at 959watd.com. So maybe someone is across the world on vacation because they have taken the EOS system and they've earned their vacation. They can still listen up to our show every week. And today we are here with Laurie Seymour, the teacher, facilitator, and coach of the EOS system, to help business owners break through the ceiling, to scale their business, to take a vacation, and to get control of their business and their lives. I bet every business owner, or for that matter, high-level leader in their company, would love to hear more about how this all works. But I want to talk first about just some basic tips and tricks that you have for business owners or entrepreneurs, and maybe give us an example of a client who has transformed their meeting effectiveness by using what you call the level 10 meeting.
Absolutely. But I'm going to turn the table on you for 1 second, Deb.
Sure.
Tell me, I'm going to ask you a question. How much do you love your meetings when you have to do business meetings?
I guess it depends if someone's bringing me donuts and coffee. Is that a fair answer?
That's a fair answer. How effective do you think your meetings are?
I would say probably not nearly as effective as they could or should be.
Right, right. So one of the things that we teach that's a huge benefit that you can get literally right out the door is we teach the level 10 meeting. What the level 10 meeting is about is it's getting right to the point. You first want to figure out, right? You have a scorecard, which is how you tell your business is healthy. You check on it, you report on it. You don't talk about it. If you got problems with it, you wait. But we teach a discipline where you look through the things that you're working on, your scorecard, your weekly objectives, your rocks, your quarterly objectives, your highlights, things that are going great in your organization, right? We go through these little agenda items really quickly, touching on them so each person in the team is aware of sort of the status of the business week to week. Then we teach what we call IDS, which is identify, discuss, and solve. And this is a big part of the power of the level 10 meeting, because now what you do as a team is you prioritize the major issues you're working with, you prioritize the major problems you're struggling, and you work together to solve them in that meeting once and for all. Now, this level 10 meeting, you can go download the template right off EOS Worldwide. You can email me, text me, I will send it to you.
And by the way, where do they find you?
Oh, they find me either on LinkedIn. You can Google me, Laurie Seymour, LA Seymour on LinkedIn. You can find me on EOS Worldwide. You can search my name, EOS Worldwide, Laurie Seymour. So those are the two best places. You can text me 781-789-5323. And if you want me to send you the template, I will send you the template. If you want me to teach you the template, I'll even walk you through it too and help you understand how to use it to the best of your ability. Now, the power of this agenda is making sure that you're prioritizing all the items that you want to get worked through immediately. So most of us, I don't know about you, Deb, but for me, before I was doing EOS, I would have this to-do list that never stopped, right?
Oh, yes. It's sitting on my scratch paper because I'm not organized enough. I haven't yet used your system. So I have I think there's probably 5 napkins on my desk, and I'm sure that is not the system that you teach.
No, it's not. We teach a way of clarifying your issues, figuring out how to set them up, right? You want to understand what the root cause of the issue is. We teach you how to discuss and solve it forever so that it never comes back. Because oftentimes, if you don't get to the root cause of the issue, it comes back in 3 weeks. And you're like, why are we talking about this again? So the purpose of this agenda and the IDS tool is to get you able to control and understand what are the highest priority items to work on. Because, man, you don't want to spend 45 minutes talking about a calendar issue when you really ought to be spending 45 minutes talking about a budget issue. So this will help you learn how to prioritize properly. It will teach you how to find the root cause, and then it will help you learn how to solve it and then take some sort of to-do or action afterwards to make sure that it's dealt with forever.
And I really like the fact that I got to witness in your office the 90-minute meeting. And that's what I liked the most about it. It's very tactical. It's very, what is the problem? Who's involved in the problem? How is the issue solved? And how do we make it never come back again?
That's right.
And I don't think there's anything out there besides EOS. And once again, we are here with Laurie Seymour, who is a teacher, facilitator, and coach of the EOS system for entrepreneurs and business owners, and I'm sure high-level leadership people, to help you not just create fluff for, what can we do to make our business better? That's why, again, I like the word system. It's tactical.
Yes.
What are the tactics that we can attack with a facilitator, with a professional coach, with an, as I called it before, sort of jokingly, an outside therapist person who can be very, very neutral, and yet you create accountability, which makes the business owner have action to change their business.
Right. And what we teach is that every business has 6 key components. It has a vision component, it has a people component, it has a data component, it has an issues component, a process component, and then the traction component. And our goal is to help every business get stronger to the point of 80 to 100% strong in each of these components using very simple, as you said, tactical tools.
And I think, once again, we're here with Laurie Seymour, teacher, coach, facilitator of the EOS system. And, I, as a local business owner, I own South Shore Connections. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. So you said you accidentally fell into it.
I did.
I was birthed into it. Like my brother, my dad, now my son, we're all entrepreneurs. And yet I still don't know, even like at the dinner table every single solemn night. And even now, God bless my 87-year-old dad who calls me, listens to my radio shows as, he's on dialysis. So, life shifts and what have you. But never have I had the opportunity to have somebody take a bird's eye view of my business and say, this is what you can do better.
Right.
And I love that about what you offer. And in that, how does a client really use those core values to transform their culture?
Well, one of the first things that we do in our foundation days is we take you through a vision building exercise. Many, many, many folks have core values. And part of our vision building is establishing your core values. We figure out, do you have them already? All right, great. Let's talk about them. Let's test them. Are they truly your core values? Are they aspirational core values? Are they boring core values like every large corporation has? Like, what are truly your core values? And with that, We use that information to help you figure out, do you have the right people in your organization? Let's go to Jim Collins, Good to Great. Do you have the right people on the bus? Do you have the right people in the right seats? And our tools will then, utilizing your values, help you determine and assess your people. I have the right people? Awesome. Great. Are they in the right seats? Are they truly genetically encoded to do the jobs that you have them doing? Are they giving you the best of everything they can because it's the job that they want? Do they have the capacity, the time, the knowledge, the skill to do what you're asking them to do? And we take you up to that 30,000 foot level, and we help you look down on your business and think about it while getting better at understanding what you need to do to move it forward strategically, so that you're not trying to sort it all out while you're running in the business day to day.
So, and again, I'm just trying to bring it real to people like me who own a small business. Not only do I see you as a resource in terms of help, I have a problem, but also you're almost like an independent HR consultant that a small business owner can't afford to have an HR person. You know, if they have a small number of employees, most likely they don't, but they have you to help you with that.
Well, yes, and one of the things that we believe is that all the knowledge you need is in the room. You're already a successful business owner. You're already a successful leadership team. That's why you're hitting the ceiling. So I don't necessarily need to have the answers for you. I believe the answers are in the room. My job is to help you discover them. And if I need to tap my network to bring somebody in to help you that is a level of expertise that I don't do or I don't have enough depth in, I have a very broad network of people that I can touch and bring in, and maybe that can help you dig into an area where you're a little bit shallow and it's not my expertise either.
It's funny because, you know, we have through South Shore Connections all of the marketing services that you need to run a small local business. And our video actually says, let us be the experts in what we do so you can be the experts in what you do.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's really what you do. You are the expert in helping people break through whatever challenges they have so that they can move the needle for their business to the next level.
Yeah, I've been doing that for teams for well over 20 years, especially in high conflict situations where there's a lot of pressure to deliver under time. I love teaching these tools and techniques to small business owners even more. Utilizing a system like this just provides structure. It provides all the things that a team needs to be stable.
So we've only got a few minutes left. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to share with the audience? And again, we're here with Laurie Seymour, facilitator, teacher, coach of the EOS system to help business owners grow their business. Tell us anything else that you need to share with the audience. And also before we go, make sure everybody knows where they can contact you.
Okay, so I believe probably the best thing that I can share with you guys is even though EOS has a target market size, it can really work for anyone that has the perseverance, the team that wants to use it and wants to have the discipline. Whether it's a volunteer organization, whether it's a micro company, it can work for you if you want to use it. So it can be very flexible and you can use all of the different tools to get where you need to go. So there's that.
And where do they find you if they want what I'll call a free consultation? If you feel like, wow, this is really interesting and you want to learn more and you want to have your own high-level bird's eye view of help in your organization and how to grow your organization, where can they find Laurie Seymour of EOS?
So you can email me at laurie.seymour@eosworldwide.com. And you can text me, 781-789-5323. You can go to my EOS Worldwide page, and there's a link there. You can go to my LinkedIn page, and there's a link there. So you can try all of those things. And I can tell you I probably will get back to you because my phone's usually Velcroed to me.
And that might be part of the system. Make sure you're available. I bet you that's part of your tips.
Well, and taking vacations.
And shutting it off, right? Knowing when to shut it off. Exactly. Well, Laurie, thank you so much for being here today. And we look forward to working together with some of my clients.
Oh, I hope so. I'm happy to help anyone that I can. Thank you so much for inviting me. This has been a lot of fun.
My pleasure.